Let's welcome Fox NFL analyst T.J. Houshmandzadeh. Welcome, Teach.
Well,
quick question. Is Josh Allen the starter in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Is Jalen Hurts the starter in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes is the starter?
Yes.
Can't say.
So the boogeyman.
It's really not hard to say who the starter is.
The boogeyman.
So if you're saying that you're just responding to information as it comes in, 100% forever, that's not the job. Yeah, we know that, but 100% Josh Allen is the starter.
Yeah, but he's got to, he's got to mix it up a little. He can't just give
Not if you have a starter.
He got to.
So it sounds like they don't have a starter to me, but would the Vikings be making a mistake by signing Rodgers, TJ?
No, they would. To me, they making a mistake by not signing Aaron Rodgers. J.J. McCarthy, he may turn out to be a great quarterback.
Well, you hope so. You drafted him.
But we don't know. We've never seen J.J. McCarthy play in the National Football League. We assume anybody that gets under center with Kevin O'Connell as a head coach and calling plays has done extremely well. I don't know what J.J. McCarthy can give me. I know what Aaron Rodgers is going to give me. And I don't want to point to he didn't play well in New York. He tears his Achilles. He comes back and he plays well late in the season. I'm going with that guy. And the reason he hasn't announced that J.J. McCarthy is a starter because they're uncertain. They're unsure. They want to see these OTAs. Let's see how he looks. Let's see, is he good enough to be our starter? Because if he had showed them that last year in OTAs and during training camp before he got hurt, they would name him the starter. And they would say, we out of Aaron Rodgers' business. J.J. McCarthy is our starter. They're uncertain about it. And so this is why the Aaron Rodgers talk continues to linger, because of they know the only way they can't have the season they want to have is because of the quarterback.
Okay.
When you look at it, though, Joy, as I said yesterday, things are going to heat up in Minnesota in terms of Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about the reason the two quarterbacks that was on the roster with expiring contracts were both offered contracts. They were both offered. They offered Sam Darnold, Sam a contract to be the starting quarterback, just not at the numbers that Seattle was going to give him. They also offered Daniel Jones an opportunity to come, but they couldn't tell Daniel Jones whether or not he was going to be the starter. Sam Darnold would have been the starter for less money. That tells me right then and there, there's not this full confidence in J.J. McCarthy's rehab or even his ability to what sometimes they draft guys thinking one thing, and then you get them and you look at them and you say, okay, well, I think we can work with them, whatever. But they got a chance to see what that quarterback in Sam Darnold looks like. Mm-hmm. And they got that great experience of winning those 14 games and all of those sort of things. And then they get the opportunity to now flirt with Aaron Rodgers. And let's not sidestep the fact that Aaron Rodgers is represented by the same agency that Kevin O'Connell is represented by. And you know how that goes. We work together. I'm like, take care of my guy. He just want to play again. You can use him. You know how that goes. Those conversations.
And we ain't just taking care of a guy. We taking care of one of our guys.
One of our guys that can actually still play. You see, I pointed to that highlight and that he just, bam. You know, that when you watching that, Joy, you sitting in that room with that clicker in your hand, and you got
to click through.
Oh, man, but they not looking over
again,
but they see that, and that gets them all excited. I'm just saying. So I'm not shocked that they would be flirting with Aaron Rodgers right now.
Would it be a mistake? I don't think so. I look at it like this. Like you said, they won 14 games with Sam Darnold. We didn't know Sam Darnold was going to come in and have this year. Now you insert Aaron Rodgers. This is a high risk, high reward they're going for. They're like, maybe we're not that far away from a Super Bowl. 14 wins is a lot of games to win. And we saw when Sam Darnold got to the big lights. Now, say if that was Aaron Rodgers in those games versus Detroit or the Rams, it could have been a different outcome because the lights wouldn't have been so bright with Aaron Rodgers there because he's been there to the mountaintop. So that's the way I look at it. I think you got to go for it if you feel like they're that close. I mean, you got Justin Jefferson, Addison. You got some weapons out there. If you can find a way to protect them, I say give them a try.
Look at that, though.
1 year. This is a 1 year experiment. And it don't work out, or just say, listen, halfway through the year, it's not going how you expect it. You can just say, all right, Aaron, we appreciate it. We tried. We went for it. Now we're going to go in with J.J. McCarthy.
What? Okay. Aaron Rodgers' last 5 games. I think this is what I'm struggling with. They were 2-3.
That's the team.
He was the quarterback. 2-3. Completion percentage 64%.
That's okay.
98.3 passer rating. Let's go through the games, right? They lost in overtime to the Dolphins. Then they beat the 3-11 Jacksonville Jaguars. Then they lost to the Rams. Then they lost to the Bills. And then they beat the Dolphins at the end of the season, 32-20.
But what did Aaron Rodgers, the progression that he made?
He's 41 years old.
And he started playing better at the end of the season.
He just got out of college.
No. He started playing better at the end of the season.
I know. I'm saying he's Caleb Williams now. We're talking about development.
So he didn't get better as the season went on?
Hey,
he progressed.
This is better.
Yes.
By all means.
But he was in New York. He was in New York where things aren't done the right way.
See, she's you know what I think it is with Joy? She's afraid that Mason Rudolph is going to be underneath the center in Pittsburgh.
I'm afraid if Aaron Rodgers is under the center in Pittsburgh.
But would you rather have him in Pittsburgh or would you rather have him in Minnesota?
Well, I'd rather have him in Pittsburgh because this is the situation now. What I would have liked for Pittsburgh to do is to sign Justin Fields.
But I didn't ask you about Justin Fields. I simply asked you.
I mean, if you're asking me if I have more, I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I like the name. The name looks better. The name looks better.
But the game isn't better.
The game is. What is the game? What is the game right now?
In all honesty, though, did you see that throw to Devontae Adams in the back of the end?
Yeah, we play the same 3 highlights every time.
Different angles of one play.
Right. Slow it down.
Right now.
Put some graphics on it.
No. But seriously, Joy, did you see that?
Look.
That thing, man,
Aaron Rodgers has a big
Joy,
right?
Look
he
at
hasn't
that.
been to the
Look
playoffs
at that back shoulder.
in 3 years.
Look at this.
Yes.
Come on. The ball is coming out.
I'm not as good as I once was.
Look at that.
But I'm as good once.
No, this throw right here, though. Look at this. Oh, my goodness, TJ. TJ, from left to right. Oh, my God.
Them receivers want to play with that. That's the key.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers signing with the Vikings today instantly makes them the 3rd best team in the division. And that's just because
that's what everybody said last year.
Honestly,
everybody said that last year as well.
I honestly wouldn't say that.
The same 3 highlights.
Well, of course, we're not going to show every highlight.
Who do you think that makes them better then in that division?
I honestly think it makes them better than Detroit. Ooh. Even though Aaron Rodgers last time.
Keyshawn Johnson. You do not believe that.
Honestly,
no, you don't.
Because Brian Flores is a hell of a DC. Kevin O'Connell's a hell of an offensive coordinator, quarterback, so-called expert, whatever you want to call it. They got bookends at the receiver position. They can run the football. They got a hell of a tight end. Detroit lost a lot. Yeah, it means something when you lose coordinators and personnel. It means something. It just does.
I'm not a believer.
I understand. And Aaron Rodgers struggled the last time to beat Detroit in Green Bay when he was a Green Bay Packer to get Green Bay into the playoffs. I'll say that before you say it. I understand.
I mean, that was years ago. We were different people then. I'm just talking about last year. I was talking about the last 5 games of the season.
He was in New York, though.
Yes, Joy.
You got to look at the position that he was in, the team, the coaches, the play caller.
All that.
I mean, how good do you think he makes the Vikings?
I think they'll be a playoff team.
Here's what I would say. You say that?
Yeah.
I think that they still are a 14-win team. Anything over that is because of him. With him at the quarterback, he can do everything that a young Sam Darnold was able to do for the Vikings.
Okay.
And the learning curve isn't great because it's the same offense he's been in his entire career.
42 years old in December.
Yeah, they already clinched the playoff spot by the end.
Oof. Okay. I don't see it. But guys
you get nervous. I know you get nervous.
I'm not nervous.
I really hope this happens. I really do. I hope this happens. I really do.
Because if he doesn't take them to the NFC Championship game, we're just going to call him Baby Brett for the rest of his career, right?
Would he be No, he would be less than Baby Brett. Baby
Brett.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess you can.
Big Brett and Baby Brett.
Yeah, you
You
call it that
did
way.
exactly the same thing, except for you weren't as successful, which is also crazy. I couldn't do it. It can't be me.
She really looked like a judge up there with the thing.
Moving on. Sticking with Rodgers, he has yet to make his decision for the 2025 season. And Cam Heyward said earlier that, quote, either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. It's that simple. But yesterday, he clarified his comments on recruiting Rodgers. Let's take a look. Paul, what lengths have you gone to recruit someone to your team?
Oh, making calls. Like, you know, it's a different landscape now to where you can use Twitter and social media. You have to make them calls. Like, hey, we want you over here.
But you would do a darkness retreat?
Hey, Cam.
Man, listen, I probably would. If we wanted Aaron Rodgers that bad, we would probably do the darkness retreat. You understand when Golden State got KD, they flew to the Hamptons and did
They
all
flew to the
that.
Hamptons and they go sit in a dark room in silence and
Right.
with their
If KD
thoughts.
was on the
If Aaron
darkness
Rodgers
retreat,
was
they
in his
probably would
prime,
have.
that's something you do. Right now, I don't think nobody's that desperate to go somewhere in a darkness retreat. I mean, that's something maybe the coach, you got to go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead, coach.
I don't think Mike Tomlin is going to sit in a dark, damp room.
Hey,
of
they back
silence
against
either.
the wall right now, though. What Pittsburgh gonna do?
What are you doing? What are you
they
doing?
need
Key? Are you going to eat chicken?
Are you gonna eat some fried chicken?
Stop.
What would you do?
You don't have the internet really thinking I don't like fried chicken as a black man. Stop.
Where is this coming from? You got to dispel these
Because
myths.
I did not. They're sitting up here eating some damn wings
And you didn't want it.
right before the show, smacking with grease and crumbs. And Michael Irvin had crumbs all over the desk. I don't roll like that, man.
Don't lie, though. You were hungry
he
all
said, I don't
show,
eat
though.
that.
after
I
you
was
brought-
starving, but I'm not going to be having crumbs and oh, no.
I can't eat.
But anyway,
I can't
at the
eat on
end
set
of-
either.
Nah, I can't eat on set. Paul be having whole full meals. I don't do that. But no, I'm not going to sit in no darkness retreat. And I understand exactly what Big Cam is saying. At the end of the day, if you want to be a Cincinnati Bengal, a Tampa Bay Buck, a Boston Celtic, a Miami Dolphins, whatever you're going to come. But we're not getting ready to do all this extra stuff. And if that's what you think, you know, because somebody must have asked him that for him to even be upset.
That's what he said, yeah. he
Yeah,
was
so
asked
it's
that.
like, we're not
It's not
doing
like
extra.
he just came out
Now,
like, by the way, I'm not doing this.
If you say, hey, he coming to town, we want Paul, Keyshawn, T.J., and Joy to go to dinner and recruit, yeah, we'll do that in a heartbeat. At 50 years old, we'll do that.
yeah, I mean,
but I'm
because
not going to the
we
damn
eat
mountains
food
and
every
do it. We're
day.
not doing that. What is that going to do for me? I'm going to sit there and be, like you said, sit in
usher
silence.
in a new level of consciousness. for
Oh,
you,
we're going to
Keyshawn.
sit in silence in the darkness retreat. Okay.
If he had more left in the tank,
I'm not doing it. You're not doing
If
it.
If he was 28 or 30,
you will do it.
yeah, we're in that
doing it.
darkness retreat.
in that darkness
Yeah.
retreat.
You're not.
Yeah,
You're not.
28 or 30?
No, you're
Yeah.
not.
Yes, you
You're
are.
not.
You are. Do you know what that is?
You're not.
I'm not doing all the stuff, like all the little drugs and whatever.
nobody said you
I ain't doing none of that.
Nobody said you gotta
But
do
I'll
that.
go out for
So
sure.
Pam
Going on a
right now today.
psychedelic trip
Nah.
to open your mind, TJ?
None of
They
that.
said, let's go to the darkness retreat now. Come to Pittsburgh. They doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So we said if Aaron Rodgers was 28,
So you said the boogeyman wanted to go sit in the dark.
yeah, you going to sit in the dark with the boogeyman.
Yeah, see, I
that's the
probably okay. So
last
here's
place I wanna be with the boogeyman.
here's what I would say, y'all. Yes,
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna get craziness. Aaron Rodgers sometimes might just he be all over the place. Patrick Mahomes, based on what I know as Patty Mahomes right now, I'm not gonna get that wild, just weird stuff all the time.
So you'd be willing to go sit with your thoughts for a few days?
Yeah,
to
with Patrick
get Patrick
Mahomes, yeah. And if Aaron Rodgers wasn't and did not display some of the behaviors that he's shown over the last 10 years, I probably would say, yeah, at the start of his career, yeah.
This is like.
Hell, I hang out with you, Paul. Come on.
Wow.
I'll bring you to the light, Keith.
Get him out the dark.
I'll get you out the dark.
This is like doing something crazy, like you meet someone that has hobbies that are way outside of your scope,
Yeah.
and you're trying to like impress them.
Trying to convince him.
Yeah,
But I understand what Cam's saying, though. I get it.
you show up in a cowboy hat and
People do some wild stuff in recruiting, too. Think about what Nick Saban toward the end of his Alabama tenure. He was showing off his Ferraris for the kids because that's what people got to do.
Man,
get
hold
the
up.
kids.
Dan Lanning is now getting tattoos. Dudes commit to Oregon, he getting a tat.
See?
Oh, damn.
They commit, he getting taxed.
They can get in the portal the next day.
Yes.
After they commit, go on and switch up.
If you come here, I'm getting a tattoo. He's getting tats.
What's the?
Oh, man,
what's
that's
the line?
crazy.
Reuben Foster, the linebacker.
Oh.
The linebacker Reuben Foster got the Auburn tattoo because he committed to Auburn.
And then with Alabama.
And then signed with Alabama.
Oh, no. What's going on? What is going on?
Oh, God.
Just cover
Tattoos
it
are
up.
permanent, guys. Well, I guess you can get them removed, but in theory. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.